Hello and welcome to another video in the Frsky series, and today's topic is turrets and different ways to control it. So this is my V1.5 from Motion RC, and I haven't flown it in a while, so I figured, hey, I'd do a video on the different ways that I came up with to control the turret. Anyways, here we go. So the first one is going to be Rudder. So you can use Rudder, or you can just use a different source like a knob or something, and you can control it like that. So rudder's kind of nice because as you're when you're on the ground, that's when you want to see the turret operate, and you'll see it whenever you steer the plane on the ground. The other method is gyro. So I can use my gyro and I can turn the turret with the gyro. And the other method is continuous rotation. I just got to kickstart it. So I'm going to go ahead and go to rudder. Let's turn it one direction and then go into the mode. There it goes. So in this mode, that turret will continue to rotate left and right until you say otherwise or go to a different mode. So those are the three methods I have. So what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and delete the mixes and delete the logical switches that I had to create this, and I'll get back to you. Okay, here we go. So this model that's in the plane right now is not what I used to fly this plane. It is just for this test to show you how to do the turret. So this is a very basic model. Right now, if we look at my mixer, I've just got the basic stuff in here. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. This particular turret is actually on channel 11. So let's go ahead and add that. So anywhere in the list, hit the center button and add a mix. I'm going to do a free mix. And this is going to be the rudder version of it. So let's put it in the last position. And active condition, let's go ahead and make it so that when this switches in the up position, it activates this mode. The source I'm going to use is going to be rudder. And the channel that I want is channel 11 for this particular plane. That's it. And of course, obviously if you want, you can reverse it by hitting the reverse button over here, and then now it goes the opposite direction. And if you wanted to, instead of rudder, you can make it, say, a knob. But in this case, let's make it the rudder. All right, that's pretty much it. If you're controlling your plane and doing this, you may want to add a slowdown. So here in 1.5 in actions, you can actually add a slow in here. So active condition always on, action will be slow, and let's make it a 1 second slowdown. It just sort of smooths out the movement. So if you're a little bit jerky with your rudder, it doesn't really affect this. It just dampens it a little bit. Okay. Kind of nice. All right. So that's it. That's done. Let's go ahead and add another mix. And let's do the gyro version, the one where I move the radio and it works. So let's add free mix, last position, active condition. We'll make it the switch in the middle position. And the source is going to be gyro. And I want the X gyro, so it does it when I turn this way, left and right. Okay. Then we can go down here to output and make it channel 11 as well. Okay, that should be it. Let's take a look. Now with this one, very much so I want to slow down. So let's go ahead and give this one a slow as well. Oops, I want to go to action and go to slow. You'll play with this to, what seems comfortable to you or what seems right to you. But with a gyro, you definitely want to slow down so it's a little bit more realistic. There it goes. Okay, so that's good. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set up the continuous rotation. Now the way that I do the continuous rotation is with slowdown and with logical switch triggers that trigger the opposite direction when it hits 100%. So I'm going to go over here to logical switches first before I make a mix. And let's name this one, let's call it turret 1. So let's go T. You can name these whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. And the first one that I want is, whoops. So these two at the top, this one and this one are almost the same. A is equal to X. So when a certain source is at a certain position, exactly, which is what the equals is, then it triggers your logical switch. And this one over here is A is around X, so it's within 10% of whatever value you say. This one's a little bit more reliable for a lot of things, so a lot of times when I do an A is equal to X, I actually do an A is around X, which is this one. And the source that I want will be that channel. So I'm going to do one direction, then the other direction. So which channel do I want? It's the same as my turret, which is channel 11. Oops, jump forward on me. There it goes. And the value that I want is my first value, which is one direction extreme, which is minus 100. All right, so the next one that I want is exactly the same as this, so I might as well clone it and just change values. And A is around X, channel 11, and the next one is 100%. So this one will trigger on the opposite end, so it'll turn on this logical switch when it gets to the opposite side. So if you want to look, if we're in our rudder, there, it triggers at 100%, one direction. Oh, and then the other one, let's actually go to the here. So it'll trigger one direction and it'll trigger the other direction at 100%. Okay, so that's it for that. Next we got to do is take these logical switches and put them into another one. So I'm going to add a new logical switch. And the the name on this one, let's go ahead and call this turret rotate. And the function on this one is a sticky, so it'll turn on and off. Your first trigger on condition will be my first logical switch. T1. Oh, I forgot to label the other one. Let me go back and do that now. So I have them both as T1. Let's label this one T2. So edit. And let's label this one T2. All right, let's go back to this, edit, and this off condition will be logical switch T2. Now, I'm going to add a minimum duration. So I'm going to say the entire turret rotation is going to take from one sweep to another is going to take 2.5 seconds. I'm sorry, 5 seconds. Yeah, let's do 5 seconds. So this logical switch, no matter what, will trigger for 5 seconds. All right, so now we just got to take this and put this into the mix. So in here, let's go ahead. So we got our rudder, our gyro, we'll add a new one. And let's call this one turret continuous. Active condition when this switch is all the way down. Source for this now is my logical switch 3. Which is turret rotation. Okay, so for this one, I want to do a 5-second movement. So let's do a slowdown of 2.5, 2.5, and that'll give me a 5 seconds from one direction to the other, because it counts to center as well. And output, this mix goes to channel 11. There it goes. So this will continue to go until you switch modes or you turn off your model. So let's look at the 3 different modes. We've got Rudder. We've got Gyro. And we've got continuous rotation. I like this mode because it's just sweeping back and forth, looking for enemies. You know, it's kind of a nice mode and I don't have to do anything. It's always working. All right, so anyways, that's it. Sorry about my turret guns. They broke off a long time ago and never replaced them because I know I'll break them off again when I transport. So my little screwdriver became my turret gun. Anyways, that's it. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, you can comment in this video or you can email me at all.rc.air@gmail.com. Thank you very much, guys, and have a good day.